Okay, so I'm not really like super crazy about this particular section because I don't I don't see the point in it. I know they do because they think it changes all the time. It doesn't. It doesn't change at all. Um, but yeah. So here's the deal with it. Hmm, there we go. That's better. So here's the deal with it. Um, Solving equations never changes. You keep doing the same thing. You always do. The only thing they did differently in this one is they emphasized the distributive property. So I'm going to go over the distributive property in a little more detail, and that's how you get rid of parentheses. We always talked about getting rid of parentheses. It's one of your steps in step 2. It's one of the things you do in step 2. You know, step 1 is to draw the line. So I draw the line. Step 2 is simplify both sides. And you do that by getting rid of fractions. But we don't have any fractions. And then you get rid of parentheses. We do have parentheses. You always get rid of parentheses by doing the distributive property. You do the distributive property by taking whatever's on the outside of the parentheses and multiplying it by everything on the inside. So A times B is going to give you AB, and A times C is going to give you AC. Since there's a plus in between these two, there's a plus in between these two. If there had been a minus here, we'd have a minus over here. It's that simple. Whatever's on the outside goes to everything on the inside. Doesn't matter how many things there are on the inside, it goes to everything. So over here, I'm going to have 5 times x plus 5 times 3.7. Just that simple. Over here, I don't do 5 times this because it's not inside those parentheses. I just have the 27.05. Just go ahead and bring it down. 5 times x is 5x plus 5 times 3.7. Need a calculator for that one. That gives me 10.5. Is that what that says? Or 18.5. 18.5. Gotta be able to read. 18.5. So 18.5 over here, and I still have my 27.05. The next step was to combine like terms. I don't have any like terms over here. Remember I wanted to get one letter and one number? I asked what I have, one letter, one number. Don't have any like terms over here, just one number. So then I do step 3, which is move my letter from right to left. I don't have any number on the right. I mean, any letter on the right. So we're good. Step 4. Move number from left to right. I do have a number over here, so I'm going to have to subtract my 18.5. See, you've been doing this so long. Minus 18.5. Handy dandy calculator again. So 27.05 minus 18.5 equals 8.55. Over here, they're going to cancel out. That's why we do it. I'm left with just the 5x. On this side, it says I get 8.55. That's what it says, 8.55. Okay, and then step 5, you divide. by the number in front. My number in front is 5. So x is equal to 8.55 divided by 5 equals, whoops, that 1.71, because that one was, I did it twice by mistake. 1.71. That's it. The steps never change. They always work. That's why we use them, because they always work. We just keep practicing them over and over and over again. We don't add anything. We just practice them over and over and over again. We just keep doing the same stuff. So here, we're just practicing the distributive property. Draw my line. Don't have any fractions. Got to get rid of my parentheses. 3 times 1.7y plus 3 times 3.6 equals 12.33. Three times 1.7 is 5.1. 3 times 3.6 is 10.8. And that equals 12.33. Don't have any letters over here. Do have a number over here. Minus 10.8 minus 10.8. So 12.33 minus 10.8 equals 1.53. Divided by 5.1, divided by 5.1, y equals 0.03. Nope. 0.3. So yeah, it's not hard because your calculator does all the hard stuff. They just stuck decimals in there. It's the same steps. Nothing's really hard. So for this one, I'm going to do all 4 of these. $12, $6, $126. $1.26, that's what I figured. $16.24. $81.2. Down here, ooh, they gave me a fraction. Ooh. How do we say we got rid of fractions? Multiply by the common denominator. My common denominator is 10. So So I gotta multiply by 10 here, multiply by 10 here, multiply by 10 here. If I multiply by 10 here, the 10's cancel out and I'm left with 1y. Multiply by 10 here, I get 4.56 or 45.6. Multiply by 10 here and I'm left with 278. Then I can add 45.6. Excuse me. It gives me 323.6. Divide by 1. Y equals 323.6. They didn't say to round any of these, so we have to leave them at whatever they are. Here, we have like terms. Look at that. Here they had fractions, here they have like terms. Up there they had parentheses. They're trying to test everything that you've been doing. That's nice. So, here we need to take care of our like terms. 1.3 negative 0.4 plus 1 equals 0.6z. And that's negative 1.2 over there. Sorry, it's a positive 0.6z because it wasn't negative, according to that. So, I got to get rid of my number on this side, so I'm going to subtract it because it's positive up here, so that's minus 1.3 minus 1.3. So that's 0.6z equals, on this side, negative 2.5. Divide by 0.6, divide by 0.6. So negative 2.5 divided by 0.6 equals z equals negative 4.16 repeating. Now some of you would say, wait a minute, that doesn't repeat because there's a 7 at the end. But there's a 7 at the end because my calculator had to round it off. So I know since there's a whole string of 6s with 1 7, that's telling me it really repeats. Here we got like terms on both sides. Over here they're x's. It gives me 17x minus 5. Over here they're just numbers. 12 minus 8 is 4. I need to move my x first because that's what you do. You move the letter first. So that's plus x. It gives me 18x minus 5. And there's a 4 over here. Plus 5 on both sides. 18x is equal to 9. Divide both sides by 18. X is equal to 1/2. Just 0.5. Either one is fine. I'd take the 1/2 or the 0.5. Either one. But that's solving equations. Get used to it. We'll be doing it a lot.